ya me salga de eso, que ya no me juegue más esa vaina, dejar. ¿Qué me dijiste?
¿De qué tú me estás hablando?
Que ya me dejé de jugar eso, ya. Si me gusta tu amigo.
Forbidden glass can't stay still. Don't stop that way. Like bones pave your skin.
teoría el directo ya debió haber comenzado, pero Nvidia nos ha timado, nos ha dicho que era a esta hora, pero al parecer en una hora que comenzará. De mientras lo dejaremos con la música.
Jack it up.
there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Suffocating, I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
Back it up. por lo menos.
Muy buenas a todos chicos del canal, aquí estamos en un nuevo directo en el cual los
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me.
Exacto.
esta pequeña
Muestra. Ve cómo muestra.
So alive.
Acá te digo que sería bueno con esta tarjeta gráfica.
Stop in time.
Esta que en la gente hace y cuando la vayan a atacar.
Hold tight, hold tight.
¿Cómo hacer esa vaina?
Chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move.
Ahora te mandé por Discord. Discord. Avi.
ya. Y ya se escucha bien, todo perfecto. Nos quedan 2 minutos para ver qué nos depara Nvidia 3000.
A ley de uno ya.
A la madre. No han hecho de esperar 1 hora, porque según ellos era hace 1 hora, pero no han entrado 1 hora, pero no importa. Aquí estaremos. ¿Será Nvidia 3000 como salen los rumores? Algo así. O simplemente será como nos explicó en sus videos. Pero todo esto se sabrá en 1 minuto. Vamos a ver la voz.
Bueno,
3,
yo lo veo.
2, 1. A ver qué nos depara eForce Special Event.
To create the largest distributed computer ever. 1 million gamers united to counter-strike the COVID-19 coronavirus. The result was 2.8 exaflops, 5 times the processing power of the world's largest supercomputer to simulate the virus. Folding at Home was able to simulate 100 milliseconds, a tenth of a second in the life of the coronavirus, and capture the moment it opens its mouth to infect the cloud AI to scientific computing. But it is the gamers and their insatiable demand that is the driving force of the GPU. Pulling their GPUs to create the largest distributed computer ever. 1 million gamers united to counter-strike the COVID-19 coronavirus. The result was 2.8 exaflops, 5 times the processing power of the world's largest supercomputer to simulate the virus. Folding at Home was able to simulate 100 milliseconds, a tenth of a second in the life of the coronavirus, and capture the moment it opens its mouth to infect a human cell. Scientists believe this is also its moment of weakness. Thank you all for joining this historic fight. We're going to talk about computer graphics and the work we're doing to push the boundaries. We love computer graphics and have advanced it incredibly in the time of Nvidia. As the technology advanced, the expressiveness of the medium has made graphics an invaluable tool to help us understand our world, create and explore new worlds, tell stories that inspire us. From science to industry to the arts, computer graphics has made a profound impact on the world, and for that, we are privileged to have contributed. We're going to talk about gaming and the infinite ways that gaming has expanded. GeForce PC gaming is large and thriving. Its open and rapidly advancing technology, combined with the amazing creativity of the community, makes magic. Anyone could be a broadcaster now. Add a GeForce and you have a personal broadcast station. Pros stream their practices. Experts stream tips and tricks. Friends stream to friends just to hang out. There are over 20 million streamers. Games have become a new art medium. In Minecraft, gamers can build their work of art. Machinima artists create cinematics made from game assets. Tens of millions are using games to express their creativity. Inside a computer simulation, any sport can become esport.
Básicamente, por ahora, él lo que nos está diciendo que sus gráficas siempre se han basado en como que dar el mejor rendimiento y la mejor experiencia, y que como tal es una gran, la usan mucho las personas que hacen para hacer stream, juegos y demás cosas.
And you'll find new ways to game. First, big news. Fortnite is turning RTX on. Now Minecraft and Fortnite, the #1 and #2 most played games in the world, have RTX on. Fortnite will get ray trace shadows, reflections, ambient occlusion, and DLSS 2. These effects look fantastic with the art style of Fortnite. I can't wait to see a Fortnite concert with RTX on. The last one with Travis Scott was watched by 28 million people. Epic made a trailer for you. Let's play it now.
A la verga.
¿Esta es la NBA?
Fortnite con RTX. Miren lo que se viene. Fortnite será el segundo juego nativo con RTX.
Esports is a game of milliseconds. Reaction time is a combination of the gamer and the machine. Let me explain. This is valid. In this example, the opponent is traveling at 1500 pixels per second, and it's visible in this opening for only 180 milliseconds. A typical gamer has a reaction time of 150 milliseconds, full time to action. You can only hit this opponent if your PC adds less than 30 milliseconds.
Tiene cosas grandes.
Latencies far greater than 30 milliseconds, many up to 100 milliseconds. Today we're announcing a new esports technology called Nvidia Reflex. Nvidia Reflex optimizes the rendering pipeline across CPU and GPU to reduce latency by up to 50%. In September, we're releasing Reflex with our Game Ready driver. Over 100 million GeForce gamers will instantly become more competitive. Valorant, Fortnite, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, and Destiny 2 will be the first to integrate Reflex technology. Esports pros and enthusiasts strive for zero latency. For you, we're announcing an insanely fast and beautiful display. A 360 Hz G-Sync display designed for esports. This display has a built-in precision latency element. Just connect your links. The Nvidia 360 Hz G-Sync esports displays are arriving this fall from Acer, Alienware, Asus, and MSI. We've made a video comparing gaming on a 60 Hz, 144 Hz, and 360 Hz display. You can see immediately how 360 Hz display will help you target and track an opponent. For the 20 million live streamers, we have something really cool for you. Nvidia Broadcast turns
Parece que Epic tiene una buena alianza con Nvidia.
trained by deep learning on Nvidia's DGX supercomputer, one of the most powerful in the world. Effects like audio noise removal, virtual background effects whether graphics or video,
Muy duro.
and webcam auto-framing is a virtual camera person tracking you. These AI effects are
Poco.
amazing. Available for download in September and runs on any RTX GPU. Brandon and GeForce Marketing will now show you Nvidia Broadcast.
Hey everybody,
Eso
I'm
sí.
Brandon and I'm very excited today to talk to you about our Nvidia Broadcast app. Like many of you, I've been home a lot more lately. I've been video conferencing all day and then gaming and streaming all night. And I have a very basic website.
Lo he marcado.
Nvidia Broadcast makes these things supercharged with a lot of new awesome features that really bring it out using the power of AI and RTX GPUs. The first one I want to talk about is noise removal. So I've asked my girlfriend to join me with a blow dryer here. And that distracting sound makes it very hard to understand what I'm saying. But when I turn on noise removal in NVIDIA Broadcast, you find that it's completely gone. And that blow dryer is still going. But NVIDIA Broadcast isn't just awesome audio features. There's some really exciting video features as well. Let's take a look. First up, we have the ability to blur your background, which you may notice that I need because I have a very cluttered and messy room.
Por ahora lo que está mostrando es como que esas nuevas cosas que tienen la RTX que sirven bastante para los streams. Como ven, esos efectos, como si funcionara como una pantalla verde. Se concentra simplemente la persona y todo lo otro se elimina. Igual que los sonidos, se concentra solamente en la voz, la respira y se vuelve todo una magia. Básicamente él está diciendo que con las RTX tienen muchas alternativas buenas, muchas posibilidades. Sí.
Pero me gustó eso.
It's like having your own personal cameraman that follows you wherever you go.
Me valoran.
So, if for example, I wanted to reach over and grab my cool Valorant,
Sí.
Como que
Está
tiene
muy
un
duro
seguimiento-
esta tarjeta
show it to
entonces.
everybody.
Como que tiene un seguimiento de voz, de cara,
I
de
just
todo.
find NVIDIA Broadcast to be really exciting as both a streamer and the ability to remove distracting noise, improve your background, improve yourself to service, are all awesome features in one app.
A new form of art has
Muy
emerged
bien.
from gaming called machinima. Artists are using game assets to create cinematics. There's been tens of billions of views on YouTube. Most are shorts. Some are even recreating entire classic movies. It's becoming a whole new art genre.
Interesante.
Today, I'm going to show you an app that will make these cinematics amazing. It's called Nvidia Omniverse Machinima. It's an app built on our Omniverse 3D workflow collaboration platform. Omniverse is a universal design tool asset exchange with a viewer based on photorealistic path tracing. The engine is designed to be physically accurate, simulating light, physics, material, and artificial intelligence. We have connectors for most third-party design tools, like 3ds Max, Maya, Photoshop, Epic Unreal, Rhino, and many more. The
Una
Machinima
cinemática.
app brings in elements and assets from games, and third-party collections like TurboSquare,
No,
and
acá.
lets you mix and compose them into a cinematic. Creators can use their webcam to drive our AI-based post-estimator to animate characters. Drive face animation AI with your voice. Add high-fidelity physics like particles and fluids. Make materials physically accurate. And then when done with your composition and mixing, render film quality cinematics with your RTX GPU. Nvidia Omniverse Machinima. Beta in October. Sign up at nvidia.com/machinima. Let me show you a demo we created in a few days. We started with assets from Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord. You're gonna love this.
cinemáticas más realistas. Un mundo de
Esa
posibilidades.
cinemática con el RTX.
Ajá. A la mierda. Casi que se ve mejor que la realidad.
Literal.
Uno gráfico durísimo.
Ya vemos cómo MD se va a la quiebra. Obviamente las gráficas, en los procesadores no hay quien los mate por ahora.
Ah, no. Viendo con fuerza este año.
Y luego Intel. Jajaja.
Computer science researchers have chased this dream to create super realistic virtual worlds with real-time ray tracing. Nvidia, seeing the ultimate limits of rasterization approaching, focused intense efforts over the past 10 years to realize real-time ray tracing on a large scale. At SIGGRAPH 2 years ago, we announced the Nvidia RTX. Now 2 years later, it is clear we have reinvented computer graphics. Nvidia RTX is a full-stack invention. RTX starts with a brand new GPU architecture, but it is so much more. It includes new engine tech and a bunch of new rendering algorithms. RTX is a home run. All major 3D APIs have been extended for RTX. RTX is supported by all major 3D tools. RTX tech is incorporated into all major game engines. There are hundreds of games in development and thousands of research papers of new rendering and AI algorithms enabled by RTX. The RTX GPU has 3 fundamental processors: the programmable shader that we first introduced over 15 years ago, RT Core to accelerate the ray triangle and ray bounding box intersections, an AI processing pipeline called Tensor Core. Tensor Core accelerates linear algebra that is used for deep neural network processing, the foundation of modern AI. AI is the most powerful technology force of our time. Computers that learn from data and write software that no humans can. The advances are nothing short of breathtaking. Nvidia is doing groundbreaking work in this area. You might have seen our work in self-driving cars and robotics. Computer graphics and gaming will also be revolutionized by deep learning. Let me show you some recent works and the art of the possible. The first video is a generative adversarial network that has learned to synthesize virtual characters of any artistic genre, including photorealistic. Second is a neural network that animates a 3D face directly from voice.
You require more Vespine gas. It's
Pero también
dangerous
para
to go
robots.
alone. Take this.
The AI character can speak in any language, be any gender, and even rap and sing.
Uf.
Third is a character locomotion of infinite number of positions.
A la mierda,
Imagine
yo casi creo que era
negotiating
real.
arbitrary paths and obstacles.
Yo
The fourth
pensé lo
is
mismo.
reconstructing 3D from video. Imagine the possibilities. Record video, interact in 3D. This one is a deep learning model that learned the physics behavior of cloth animation. Finally, this deep learning model of ray tracing can predict colors of missing pixels, so that fewer rays need to be cast and fewer pixels need to be fully rendered. We can achieve orders of magnitude speedups. AI is certain to play a giant role in the future of computer graphics and gaming. The powerful tensor cores and RTX GPUs will let us do AI in real time. One of the first major AI computer graphics breakthroughs is DLSS.
A la mierda.
Here's the challenge. Real-time ray tracing is far more beautiful but requires a lot more computation per pixel than
La
rasterization.
cinemática se ve bien.
So the solution is to ray trace fewer pixels and use AI on tensor cores to up-res to super-res to a higher resolution and boost frame rate.
Cuánta emoción y algo
DLSS
que
took
no
nearly
usaré.
2 years of intensive research. We built a supercomputer to train the network.
Bueno, falta.
The DLSS model is trained on extremely high quality, 16K, offline rendered images of many kinds of content. Once trained, the model is downloaded into your driver. At runtime, DLSS
¿Cuál sería el
2.0
precio?
takes in low resolution, aliased image and motion vector of the current frame,
Pero
and the high resolution previous frame to generate a high resolution current frame. I think DLSS is one of our biggest breakthroughs in the last 10 years. Take a look at these images of Death Stranding, the latest game by Kojima-san.
Sí, se
DLSS is
mamaron.
sharper than native 4K and created detail from AI that native rendering didn't even show, and the frame rate is higher. Reviewers have loved DLSS 2.0. They say its quality beats out native rendering and runs even faster. You can play at 4K without a performance hit. Tensor Core effectively gives RTX a 2x performance boost. Let's look at one frame trace of a game to see the processors of RTX in action. Adding ray tracing to games dramatically increases the computation workload. Using shaders to do ray traversal and object intersection reduces the frame rate. We added the RT Core, which reduces shader workload by 60%. RT Core offloads the shaders by doing the ray triangle and ray bounding box intersection calculations. Using the same methodology as Microsoft Xbox, the RT Core is effectively a 34 teraflop shader, and Turing has an equivalent of 45 teraflops while ray tracing. Even with RT Core, the amount of time consumed is significant, so RT Core and shaders have to run concurrently. Even then, 20 milliseconds is only 50 frames per second, and still a step back in performance relative to previous generations. This is where the Tensor Core and DLSS come in. Rendering to a lower resolution, then using AI and super fast Tensor Core to effectively double frame rate. Now you can get ray tracing, get high resolution, and high frame rate at the same time. That's the magic of the 3 processors of RTX. Turing was our first generation RTX GPU, combining ray tracing, programmable shading, and AI. The flagship Turing had a ton of processing power, 11 shader teraflops, 34 RT teraflops, and 89 tensor teraflops. Let me show you our new RTX GPU. Ampere is a giant leap in performance. Ampere does 2 shader calculations per clock versus 1 on Turing. 30 shader teraflops compared to 11. Ampere doubles ray triangle intersection throughput. Ampere's RT Core delivers 58 RT teraflops compared to Turing's 34. And Ampere's new Tensor Core automatically identifies and removes less important DNA weights. And the new Tensor Core hardware processes the sparse network at twice the rate of Turing. 238 tensor flops compared to 89. Ladies and gentlemen, Nvidia's new Ampere GPU, our second generation RTX. 28 billion transistors built on Samsung 8N Nvidia custom process. All 3 processors double rates over Turing, a triple double. It connects to Micron's new G6X, the fastest memories ever made. The days of just relying on transistor performance scaling is over. Yet Ampere is an incredible 2 times the performance and energy efficiency of Turing. At Nvidia, we use every engineering lever to squeeze every drop of performance out of the system. From architecture, custom process design, circuit design, logic design, packaging, custom SERIE I/O, memory, power and thermal design, PCB design, software and algorithms. Thousands of engineers per generation, billions of dollars. Full stack engineering and extreme craftsmanship is the hallmark of our GPUs. Our performance, energy efficiency, and low power are all world class. And real application performance highlights Ampere's new RT Core. The more ray tracing is done, the greater the Ampere speedup. Ampere RT Core doubles ray intersection processing. Its ray tracing is processed concurrently with shading. And Ampere can render cinematic images with motion blur 8 times faster than Turing. Let's take a look at Ampere in action. At our kitchen GTC a few months ago, we showed Marbles, the world's first fully path-traced, photorealistic real-time graphics. It was running on our highest-end Turing Quadro RTX 8000. Turing was doing 720p, 25 frames per second. Today, we're going to run an enhanced version of Marbles with even more special effects, and it is running at 1440p, 30 frames per second, over 4 times the performance. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy Marbles at night.
Básicamente han implementado un DLSS que mejora la calidad mejora la calidad, pero también el rendimiento, porque está jugando a una menor resolución, pero se nota como si fuera alta resolución. Estas gráficas no se pueden usar simplemente para juegos, también se puede implementar para inteligencia artificial y muchas más cosas. Y que la nueva serie es casi el doble de mejor que la anterior. te viene con esas nuevas gráficas. Prácticamente 1.5 a 2% al doble de rendimiento, de un 150% más o menos de rendimiento extra.
Marbles is entirely path traced. No rasterization, all real time.
Y que de un juego que
There are
lo
hundreds of
corría
area
la serie
modes,
anterior
including spherical area modes.
a 30 FPS 720, ahora lo corre en 744p, es 1440p a 30 FPS, prácticamente el doble.
Rumbo 2K.
2K.
Diffuse GI, all dynamic. There are hundreds of rigid bodies, 80 million triangles. Materials are physically accurate, physics simulation and volumetric rendering in real time. DLSS 2.0 is doing the super resolution and AI denoising.
Wow, se ve muy bien el ray tracing.
Bastante. Han mejorado bastante de la primera a la segunda generación.
Sí.
Casi que parece real. O hasta más que real.
Lo importante es que se notan los detalles.
Sí.
You can see dramatic visual quality jump of Ampere. Marbles on Turing runs at 720p, 25 frames per second. Marbles on Ampere runs at 1440p, 30 frames per second. More than 4 times the performance. And Ampere even did area lights and depth of field. A giant performance leap. Today's games are giant worlds, indoor and out, with photogrammetry, dense geometry, and lots of characters. Games are over 200 gigabytes and getting bigger. This is like 50,000 songs or 400 hours of streaming video. Games have pushed PC I/O and file systems to the breaking point. CPUs copy files from disk and decompress the game image. This is fine when the storage system was slow, 50 to 100 megabytes per second. Now with Gen 4 PCI Express and solid-state drives, PCs can transfer data at 7 gigabytes per second, 100 times faster. CPU copying data to memory and
Entre
decompressing game
400 horas de
images is
streaming.
now the bottleneck. Decompressing data from 100 megabytes per second hard drives takes only a few CPU cores.
Tengo 400
However,
horas de streaming.
decompressing from 7 gigabytes per second SSDs on
Wow,
PCIe
eso.
Gen 4 takes over 20 CPU cores. Today, we're announcing Nvidia RTX I/O with 3 new advances. New I/O APIs for fast loading and streaming directly from SSD to GPU memory. GPU lossless decompression. And collaboration with Microsoft on direct storage for Windows that streamlines the transfer of data from storage to GPU memory. With Nvidia RTX
7
I/O,
GB
vast
por
worlds will
segundo
load
de
instantly.
SSD.
Picking
Está
up where
bien.
you left off will be instant.
Ya esta parte de aquí es más para empresas que para
Let me show you
jugadores.
Ampere in action in one of the most
Ah, eso yo lo sé, pero como
CD
quiera,
Projekt Red Cyberpunk.
algo es algo.
This trailer is called Scenes of
Esta vez si no lo
Cyberpunk. It
implementamos.
shows ray trace reflections, diffuse illumination,
No,
shadows, ambient
llegó
occlusion,
la hora
and
de
DLSS
Cyberpunk.
2.0. Enjoy.
Mira el sabe.
Ah, la verga.
Great. It's coming. Wow, mira. Se ve muy bien.
Sí, bastante.
Las armas se parecen al Call of Duty.
Sí. Tiene como que
Las sombras.
No, ¿en qué se parece? No, pero
En las armas.
tiene muy buena jugabilidad.
sí.
Digo que se parece. Bueno, aunque yo no lo sé muy bien, pero tiene como competencia como Apex.
Ya comienza la RTX
En noviembre
3080.
19.
Sí. A ver si será
Wow.
como todo el mundo esperaba. A ver.
19.
Redobles de tambor.
Ey,
Ah, nos van a
muy dura.
Nos van a poner una retroalimentación
La
de cómo han
GeForce
mejorado.
56.
La 980.
La GeForce 600.
1080.
La 1080.
La 980.
La 2080. Y ahora viene la 3080. A ver. Ah, la verga, la han aumentado. A ver.
Ey,
A ver.
las versiones.
Ah, la verga, 19.
iPhone
19
1080.
360.
2080.
Y viene la maestra.
No.
A la verga.
Ah,
La segunda generación tiene el doble de tamaño. 19 gigas. Y pues sí, es cierto. Es como todo el mundo pensó. Tiene un doble ventilador de una forma muy diferente a la de siempre. A la verga.
Sí.
me siento rico.
La frontal y la Wow. La 3080. Flama.
Se viene de caída Han llegado las personas pobres que solamente lo podrán ver en videos. GeForce RTX 3080.
Oh, mírala ahí.
Nvidia
La
RTX
3080.
Ajá.
I have one right here. Let me show it to you.
3080.
Ah, la verga, la estuvo escondida ahí atrás siempre.
Beautiful. Look at this.
Espera.
Sure. Then Turing. Let's. GPU has three fundamental processors.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you about some of the other exciting technologies inside.
3080.
Turing used G6, the fastest memories at that time. The industry thought that was the limit. For Ampere, we had to push through that limit. Working with Micron, we designed the world's first memories with PAM4 signaling, pulse amplitude modulation, with 4 voltage levels that encode 2 bits of data each, 0001, 1011. Each voltage step is only 250 millivolts. So in the same period of time, G6X can transmit twice as much data as G6. PAM4 is extreme signaling technology, and it's just becoming used in high-speed networking. The Ampere thermal architecture is the first ever flow-through design, working harmoniously with PC chassis cooling system, pulling in cool air from the outside,
Modulación de voltaje.
flowing through the GPU, and pushing hot air straight out the chassis. To allow room for a fan to flow air directly through the module, our engineers architect a super dense PCB design that is 50% smaller than previous, while adding the bigger Ampere GPUs, HDMI 2.1, PCI Express 4.0, and G6X. There are 2 independently controlled fans. The bracket front fan pulls cool air from the bottom and pushes the heated air out through the graphics card brackets. A backside pull-through fan passes cool air over the fins of the heat pipe and directs the hot air to the top and back of the chassis to be exhausted by the system fan. The 3080 flow-through system is 3 times quieter and keeps the GPU 20 degrees cooler than the Turing design. It can cool 90 watts more than Turing. The generational leap is ultimately the most important factor of new GPUs. A significant technology advance is needed to inspire content developers to create the next level of content and for the install base to upgrade. Let's see how the 3080 stacks up to previous generation architectures on the latest graphics-intensive games. 3080 is faster than 2080 Ti. 3080 is twice the performance of 2080 at the same price. Ampere is the biggest generational leap we've ever had. Ladies and gentlemen, Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080, our new flagship GPU, powered by Ampere, our second generation RTX GPU architecture. Incredible amounts of processing in the shader, RT ray tracing core, and tensor core for processing AI. 10 gigabytes of G6X, twice the processing power of 2080, and at the same price, starting at $699. Available September 17th. One of our most popular GPUs is the 70 series. 970, 1070, 2070 were all hugely popular. You're gonna love the new RTX 3070. Faster than the 2080 Ti, the Turing Enthusiast GPU priced at $1,200. Ladies and gentlemen, the new GeForce
Septiembre.
RTX 3070.
Mira ahí,
Let
mira
me
ahí.
show it to you.
$300.
It's a work of art.
Septiembre.
20 shader teraflops, 40 RT teraflops, and 163 teraflops tensor core for AI processing. With 8 gigabytes of G6, RTX 3070 is faster than the $1,200 RTX 2080 Ti, starting at $499, available in October.
Más barata.
Every
$300.
generation, we pack in our
Más
best
barata
ideas to
y
increase
muchísimo
performance
más potente.
while introducing new
400,
features that enhance image
99.
quality.
$500.
Every couple of generations, the stars
Sí,
align,
$500.
as it did with Pascal, and we get a giant generational leap. Pascal was known as the perfect 10. Pascal was a huge success and set a very high bar. It took the super family of Turing to meaningfully exceed Pascal on game performances without ray tracing.
Son varias
With ray
versiones.
tracing turned on,
Sí.
Pascal, using programmable shaders to compute ray triangle intersections, fell
Como
far
quiera, no
behind
pasa de
Turing's
$800,
RT.
no pasa ni siquiera de 1000.
And Turing with ray tracing on reached the same performance as Pascal
Me gustaron
with
estos
ray
precios.
tracing off. On a technical basis, this was a huge achievement. The images are far more beautiful, and reflection and shadow artifacts are gone. But gamers wanted more. They want every generation to be more realistic and higher frame rate
Pero
at the
cada
same time.
60 FPS.
So we double down on everything. Twice the shader, twice the ray tracing, and twice the tensor core.
La
The
3070.
triple double.
La 3080
Ampere
ya
knocks
puedo
the
jugar
daylights
cuatro-
out of Pascal
en
on ray
4K
tracing.
60 FPS.
And
A
even
la
with ray
mierda.
tracing
Sí.
on, crushes Pascal on frame rate.
Poco
To
antes de la
all my Pascal
3070.
gamer friends,
Call of
it is
Duty,
safe to
Black
upgrade
Ops, Cold War.
amazing ray tracing games are coming. Activision
13
and developer
de noviembre.
Treyarch are launching a new Call of Duty on November 13th. It's a masterpiece and it looks incredible.
DLS
Their dynamic lights,
2.0.
ray tracing, shadows and ambient occlusion, DLSS 2.0,
La sombra y la
and NVIDIA
ambientación.
Reflex super low latency technology. The
Lo ves
last
Santa
Call
Claus
of
para
Duty sold
diciembre.
an amazing 30 million copies.
El Call of
Activision put
Duty.
together this trailer if never before
Wow,
seen
esa
footage.
cinemática.
Call of
Enjoy.
Fury. Básicamente los precios bajaron un montón. Una 2080 Ti ahora equivale a una 3070, valiendo menos del doble, o sea, menos de la mitad que diga. Wow,
Es hora de comprarla.
wow, lo que se vendrá.
Wow, mira el arma. Hombres.
Papá.
Wow. Los helicópteros. Call of Duty. Septiembre 3.
A la mierda.
Let me talk to you about one more thing.
Son una gráfica
Several
para
years ago, we started building the tight pushing the GPU to the absolute limit to create
Ahora
the
viene.
gráfica yo le pongo una consola,
It was built in limited quantities only through Nvidia. The distribution was limited. The demand surprised us. Creatives were making 4K movies, rendering cinematics. Researchers built workstations for data science and AI. Bloggers built
Ahora
broadcast
viene la-
workstations. Flight and
la
racing
Titan.
simulation fans built sim rigs. There is clearly a need for a giant GPU that is available all over the world. So we made a giant Ampere. Ladies and gentlemen, the RTX 3090. Come here. Come here, Papa. Alrighty.
A la mierda.
3090 is a beast, a ferocious GPU, a BF GPU, 36 shader teraflops, 69 RT teraflops,
Okay.
285
Una
tensor
3090,
teraflops,
a la
and it comes with a
mierda.
massive 24 gigabytes of G6S.
24 gigabytes.
It comes with a silencer, a 3-slot dual-axle flow-through design, 10 times quieter, and keeps the GPU 30 degrees cooler than the Titan
90.
RTX design. But there's more.
Si tú te fijas, no
The
cambia el diseño.
3090 is so
No.
big
Oh.
that for the very
8K.
first time, we can play
8K.
games at 60 frames per second in
Oh.
8K.
60
This is
frames.
insane. Because it's impossible for us to show you what it looks like on the stream, we invited some friends to check it out.
Ey,
Roll
durísima.
the clip.
a agosto.
Se la mamaron esa presentación.
El JIT o la TV.
Van a jugar, sí,
Con Ray Tracing.
en 8K 60 FPS con Ray Tracing.
Wow. ¿Qué juego es ese? Control Western.
Contra uno de los juegos que más consume yendo tan bien.
El otro de la Western.
Wow. Qué cosa.
Tengo jugando en una pantalla OLED. El
Sí.
8K.
Not a whole lot of people have seen something like this.
This is so realistic. I feel like I'm really in battle.
This is insane. Guy, I want to look at the printing
Wow.
thing. There we go. Dude, the ray tracing is insane on this. These are the sizzle reels that you see.
This is basically hacks.
And then it's like, it'll never look like that. But it does. I'm like looking across the vistas, the grand vistas that are happening right now. Holy shit, look at this. This feels like a Disneyland experience. Oh, it is so smooth. It's butter. Oh, it's smooth as shit. I can't believe it's not butter. I mean, this is game changing. There's
Wow.
no other way to put it.
Es increíble.
My mind is blown, dude.
It's been 20 years since the Nvidia GPU introduced programmable shading. The GPU revolutionized modern computer
Tremendo.
graphics. Developers jumped
70,
on
la
and
80 y la 90.
algorithms, like shaders that simulate realistic materials, or post-processing effects for soft shadows.
Pero tremendo monstruo la 90.
Developers push the limits of
Sí.
rasterization beyond
Aumentar el
anyone's
doble del tamaño.
Meanwhile,
Sí,
Nvidia
pero
GPU
con el triple de potencia.
100,000 fold.
Oíste,
Gaming became a
triple.
powerful technology driver. Gamers grew to billions, and gaming pushed into all aspects of entertainment.
Ya veo gente
If the
vendiendo
last
sus
20 years
riñones
was
para poder
amazing,
jugar en
the
8K.
next 20 will see nothing short of science fiction. Today's Ampere launch is a giant step into the future. This is our greatest generational leap ever. The second generation Nvidia RTX, fusing programmable shading, ray tracing, and artificial intelligence, gives us photorealistic graphics and the highest frame rates at the same time. Once the holy grail of computer graphics, ray tracing is now the standard. And Ampere is going to bring you joy beyond gaming. Nvidia Reflex to improve your response time. Nvidia Broadcast turns any room into a studio. And Omniverse Machinima turns you into an animated filmmaker. We are super pleased with 3070, 3080, and 3090, the first three members of the Ampere generation. You're going to feel a boost like never before. I can't wait to go forward 20 years to see what RTX started. Homes will have holodecks. We will beam ourselves through time and space, traveling at the speed of light, sending photons, not atoms. In this future, GeForce is your holodeck, your Lightspeed Starship, your time machine. In this future, we will look back and realize that it started here. Thank you for joining us today, and to all of our fans for celebrating the arrival of Ampere.
Se acabó todo. Uf. Bueno, estuvo muy bien.
Bastante. Wow, pero me quedo sorprendido con la RTX 3090.
Oh, los juegos que van a salir ahora van a ser muy, muy buenos.
pero estuvo muy dura.
Jugar a 8K 60 FPS. Wow.
Ahí se la mamaron con eso.
Otra cosa, más ray tracing.
Sí.
Que lo mejoramos.
Eso que una...
Ya se notan los detalles.
Ya en una serie 2000 eso era impensable. Porque era cierto, era la primera versión de RTX, ahora esta es la versión mejorada. Debe obviamente mejorar. XD.
Ya no aguanto a ver cómo se verá el ray tracing en Fortnite.
Sí, se tiene que ver estupendo. Porque
yo lo que quiero saber...
Ajá.
¿Qué juego saldrá primero en eso?
Como decía
¿Qué juego
ahí,
ustedes piensan que salgan primero?
creo que era en noviembre 13, que era el Call of Duty.
Algo así.
Ajá.
Creo que era Call of Duty. Y se va a implementar en Fortnite el ray tracing.
Después de eso lo puedes jugar
también. Y el WhatsApp. Van a salir muchos juegos también, o sea.
Es cierto, solamente
Esto es el inicio de una nueva generación.
Que solo faltará que hagan la versión, que esta RTX sea conversión realidad virtual y que encima sea inmersiva, que te emocione.
Muy interesante. O sea, la serie 3000.
Una nueva era. Esto será una nueva era en el modo gamer. Industrial, porque ellos presentaron también cosas industriales.
Sí.
Las empresas van a venir, duras.
Sí, o sea, ellos siempre tienen su
un avance muy importante.
Y además, no solamente en el gaming, vieron como la inteligencia artificial, cómo pudieron hacer algo que tardaba mucho tiempo en otras gráficas, hacerlo tan rápido aquí.
Pero
también hay que destacar el precio, muy accesible.
Sí, comparado a la anterior, a la que era muy verde, la versión de 2000.
Y bajaron mucho los precios de las otras tarjetas gráficas.
Sí. Como de una 2080 Ti que costaban $1,200 a pasar a una 30
a 700, como decir.
No, de una 3070 que vale 500
sí.
Tiene el mismo rendimiento que una 2080 Ti. O sea, tiene una versión inferior y tiene el mejor rendimiento que la versión superior de anterior.
Pero mira, hablando de industria, si se la ponen para el motor, el Unreal Engine de Epic, mira, los juegos de Epic van a venir grasa a grasa.
Sí, y no solamente eso, porque ya las empresas van a tener mucha más libertad a la hora de crear juegos, porque ya no tienen esa limitación de que las gráficas no van a funcionar con el juego.
Exacto.
O que si funciona se va a estar muriendo. Fortnite será el segundo juego que lo tiene implementado totalmente, porque hay muchos juegos que lo tienen implementado pero no funcionan bien. Ahora está totalmente implementado.
Ahí está Rockstar también.
Sí, hay muchos juegos.
Igual lo que se vendrá.
A ver, ¿qué más empresas este juego?
Pero se ve.
Está eSports, que también hace mucho juego.
Sí, también ya hablaron mucho de eso, que como las gráficas van a ser tan buenas, van a poder implementar los 360 Hz para los juegos, porque las gráficas van a ser capaces de llegar.
Oh, sí. ¿Vieron la diferencia del 360 Hz al 144, verdad?
Pero tú nomás te tienes que fijarlo cuando lo tienen hasta en los teléfonos, que te tiran los 90 y los 120 son muy fluidos. Imagínate 340 ahora.
No, 360 o ya aún más.
360 aún más.
Sí,
144 creo que era. Sí.
Mira,
de los 144. Es que para ser de los 60, luego 144 y 360, wow. Mucha diferencia. Lo que fue más o menos en el 144 entenderán como la diferencia.
Sí. En verdad esas personas que son competitivas, cada detalle le importa, cada mínimo milisegundo.
O sea, juegos, pasan muchas cosas. Juego competitivo, Counter, League of Legends.
Sí, todos esos juegos, deportes electrónicos que
También apareció el Valorant.
Sí, era.
Pero en Control se ve muy bien lo gráfico.
Miren,
demasiado fluido.
Miren cómo es esta imagen, como aquí. Miren, ese se ve como que distorsionado, ese se puede entender un poco más y el 360 Hz se ve totalmente fluido.
You can see.
Aunque se ha dicho que si después de los 144 Hz ya lo demás es un poco entusiasta, porque ya los 240 no se notan tanto, ya los 360 es casi
Sí, o sea, donde más se nota la diferencia es en 60, 144.
Sí. De ahí eso es otro mundo, pero luego de 144 en adelante ya es un poco excesivo. O sea, para los jugadores
pero-
profesionales tendrán su
Pero
cosa y
como-
tal vez les funcionen, pero para los casuales como nosotros tal vez no sea tan...
Bueno, eso
Los
sí, pero
esports.
sí, como quiera, uno quiere la mayor fluidez.
Sí, pero un monitor de eso como que será para otro momento.
Eso sí.
La
Sí,
gra-
también se necesita un monitor de 760.
Imagínate que la gráfica te
Pero
costó
por
un
lo cual,
riñón, la gráfica te costó un riñón y necesitarás otro para comprar el monitor y te faltará otro y solamente tienes dos y te faltará otro más para comprarte la computadora que pueda correr eso.
Sí, o sea, te tienes que comprar la gráfica y luego el monitor.
Sí. Tam-
hay que proveer procesador que aguante esa gráfica también.
Ya los procesadores llevan antes eran las gráficas antes eran los procesadores que hacían estresar la gráfica, ahora las gráficas van a hacer estresar a los procesadores.
Necesario procesadores. Pero es verdad.
Guau.
Bueno, eh,
Bueno, eso ha sido todo. Espero que les haya gustado el directo. Y
suscríbanse, den like en nuestros
Viene un
videos.
nuevo video. Atento. Por ahí viene el unboxing de un Huawei.
sí. Y espero pásense por los últimos videos. Esto ha sido todo. Adiós.
Adiós.
Getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need